You know that feeling when you use a product and it just clicks? Like it was made just for you, solving a problem you couldn't even put into words. Well, that's no accident. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and dive into a super practical guide for creating products that people absolutely love. So, what's the deal? What's that secret sauce? Why is it that some apps become part of our daily routine, while others, well, they get deleted almost instantly? It's the question that keeps every creator and innovator up at night, right? And you know what? The answer is actually pretty simple. The companies that really win, the ones that create those amazing products, they're not just customer aware. No, they are totally, completely customer obsessed. They don't just build stuff for their customers. They build it with this deep, almost fanatical understanding of who they are. So, how do you actually do that? Well, you need a map. And that's exactly what this is. This is the CENTRIC Framework, and it's our guide for turning a vague idea into a product that people will actually use and love. Think of it as our roadmap for the next few minutes. We're going to walk through it step by step, starting with the single most important piece of the puzzle, the customer. That's right, your real boss, it's not the person signing your paychecks. It's the person you're actually building this thing for. Before you even think about writing a line of code or designing a screen, you've got to know them. I mean, really know them. And listen, you can't just think about some vague group like millennials who live in cities. That's useless. It doesn't tell you anything. You have to make them real. So let's just forget the abstract idea of a user for a second. Instead, I want you to meet Alex. Okay, so this is Alex Kim. He's 29, works as a financial analyst. And these little details, they matter a lot. He's not just busy. He's totally driven by efficiency. He needs things to be fast and reliable, especially on his super short lunch breaks. And he doesn't just want any food. He's looking for personalized, healthy stuff. And hey, who doesn't love some loyalty rewards? See the difference? He's not just a statistic anymore. He's a real person with real wants and needs. And because Alex feels like a real person to us now, his problems, his pain points, feel real too. He absolutely hates waiting in lines. He gets frustrated when he can't find healthy options. He just wants an experience that feels a little less rushed, a little more tailored to him. And here's the key. These aren't just complaints. For us, they're huge design opportunities. These are the exact problems our product needs to go out and solve. Okay, so we've got a really good picture of who Alex is. The next logical step is to see the world through his eyes. Let's literally walk in his shoes and follow him on a typical lunch break to find out where things get, well, annoying for him. And the way we do that is with something called a customer journey map. It sounds fancy, but it's really just a way to visually lay out someone's experience from start to finish. For Alex's lunch adventure, we've broken it down into 4 main parts. Come on, let's follow along. All right, let's trace his steps. First, there's awareness. He's at his desk, totally buried in work, thinking, I am swamped. I need something quick. Next up, consideration. He sees a self-checkout kiosk and thinks, that could save me some time. Then comes the interaction phase. He's actually using it and he's like, oh, cool. I can see all the menu options and nutritional info right here. And finally, action. He's paid, he's got his food, and he's thinking, wow, that was fast. By laying it all out like this, we can see every single touch point and figure out exactly where we can make things better. Okay, so let's recap. We've met Alex, check. We've walked a mile in his shoes, check. We have a super clear understanding of what he needs and what drives him crazy. Now comes the really fun part. How do we start sparking some brilliant ideas to solve his problems? The trick here is to not just ask a boring question like, what should we build? Instead, we reframe the problem into a creative challenge. We use what's called a how might we question. So instead of a flat statement like, let's build a rewards program, we ask something much more powerful, like, how might we implement a loyalty program to reward our regulars and keep busy professionals coming back? It seems like a small change, but trust me, it opens up the floodgates for great ideas. And just look at what happens when you do that. Boom, that one simple question sparks a massive brainstorm. All of a sudden, we're not just thinking about one thing, we've got ideas for personalized recommendations, ways to handle allergies, and yeah, that killer loyalty program. At this stage, it's all about quantity, not quality. You just want to get every single idea, no matter how wild, out on the table. But okay, having a ton of ideas is great, but it can also be a little overwhelming, right? You can't build everything at once, so you gotta prioritize. And a simple tool like this now/wow/how matrix is perfect for that. Now ideas are your quick wins, the low-hanging fruit. Wow ideas are the exciting, innovative ones that are still totally doable. And how ideas? Those are the huge, game-changing moonshots that'll take a lot more effort. This little exercise helps us figure out where to focus our energy first. All right, let's say we've picked our big idea, the loyalty program. It's a wow idea for sure, and it feels achievable. So time to start building, right? Well, not so fast. There is one last super important test that every great idea has to pass before it gets the green light. This right here is the ultimate test. The real magic, the sweet spot for any successful product happens right in the middle of these three circles. First, is it desirable? I mean, does our customer Alex actually want this? Second, is it viable? Does it make sense for the business? And third, is it feasible? Can we realistically build it with the tech and the people we have? It's got to hit all three. So let's run our loyalty program idea through this test. Desirability? Yep, we know from getting to know Alex that he and people like him definitely want rewards. So check. Viability? For sure. It's designed to bring customers back, which is great for business. Check. Feasibility. Okay, this is where we have to be honest. It needs a digital platform. We'd have to make sure it can work with the systems we already have. But if an idea can get a solid yes on all three of these, then you know you've got a real winner on your hands. So there you have it. We went from a really fuzzy problem all the way to a solid, validated solution, just by following this customer-obsessed process. This whole framework is really about one thing, replacing our own guesswork with real human understanding. So I'll leave you with a challenge. Think about it. What is the single biggest assumption you're making about your customer right now, and what are you going to do to find out if you're right?